I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 23% related to my husband. Original post October 8th, 2024. I've known my whole life that I'm donor conceived. I grew up in New South Wales and my parents were always open about it, so it was never some big secret. I didn't think much about it beyond that until a couple of years ago when my husband and I decided to take an ancestry DNA test. We thought it would be fun. Maybe I'd find some half siblings and he'd learn a bit more about his side of the family. Well, we got the results and I matched with him, my husband, as a half sibling. Girl, that's a little more than 23%, I think. At first, I thought it had been some kind of mistake or maybe I misunderstood something. But no, after looking into it, we realized his dad was also a donor and no one ever told him. Now, here we are, married for years with 2 kids, and we're still trying to figure out how to process the fact that we're siblings. I don't even know how to explain how I feel. It's just overwhelming. I love him, of course, but this changes so much. We've already spoken to a genetic counselor and we're trying to move forward, but it's like everything we thought we knew about our family has been flipped upside down. I just feel kind of lost. Has anyone else here gone through something like this? I sure hope not. This better not be a common thing to happen. I'd really appreciate hearing from anyone who has dealt with something similar or even just your thoughts. The edit they added was, I'm going to speak to my husband about family therapy again and sit on this information. We have no interest in going public at this point. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever go public with that, especially your kids, bro. Listen, you guys got to do what you guys got to do. If that means divorce, if that means like whatever that means, but like I'm pro never tell your kids. Y'all might call me mad up for this, but if they can get through it and come to terms with it, man, like I'm not gonna judge them. Genetically they're related, but like family wise they're not, so I really don't think they did anything wrong. This is just all the stars and planets aligned in the worst way imaginable, and because of that they're related. Is it still gross? Yes, but like also if they can get past it, like I'm not going to judge them. I would just say keep that buried. Don't tell anybody. Take that to your deathbed, bro. The kid's bully's going to be like, yo, mama's so ugly. Her family had to marry her. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, I think you need some family counseling. First between you and your husband, then later down the road when you inevitably tell your children. I don't know, man. Here's the thing, bro, is like this doesn't really affect the kids that much, you know? Like, in my opinion, like, I think ignorance is bliss in this case. Your kids do not want to know that they are incest babies. Just me personally, bro. Like, if I'm an incest baby, I hope I go to the grave and never figure that out. I'm not sure if you are able to take leave from work, but it would be a good idea to look into that because this is absolutely something you need to process without work distraction. OOP, I'm in therapy myself, but unfortunately, my husband is not open to that right now. He's in a big denial phase and does not wish to talk about it. I just want to hop into this last update, man. October 24th, 2024. First, I've been in individual therapy and working through everything. It's been incredibly helpful to have a space to just unravel my thoughts. My husband has told me that he's open to couples therapy, which is a big step for us, and I'm hopeful it will help us navigate this together. To confirm some things, yes, my father-in-law is the donor, which makes him not only my husband's father, but also mine. This was a lot to take in. We're both really angry that my husband's dad never told him the truth, and at the moment, neither of us are talking to him. It's just too much. I'm confused. Did the dad know? Maybe I'm reading this wrong, but I thought that this was just the dad donated sperm at some point in his life, and that just happened to be the sperm that OP's parents chose to create their child. In that case, I actually think it's more OP's parents' fault. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, if you conceive a kid through other means of fertility, when said kid starts dating and is engaged to someone, shouldn't you maybe do your due diligence there? Not saying that it should be required, but maybe it should be. I don't know, but I also just don't feel comfortable about blaming the husband's dad here and being angry at him. They're probably upset they didn't know he was a donor in general and that he potentially had more kids out there. I mean, you don't have to disclose that. I don't know. I mean, I've never donated sperm, but like if my dad did, I wouldn't expect him to like tell me about it. They don't notify sperm donors when their donations are used or with who. There's no way he knew she was one of his donors. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Sammy. We've also discovered about 40 other siblings so far, all of whom live nearby. Holy That was another layer of this experience we weren't prepared for. We haven't met them all yet, but knowing they're out there brings its own set of challenges and questions. As for our marriage, no, we're not divorcing. We love each other and are committed to working through this, but we haven't told our children yet. We plan to get professional advice before we do. This isn't something we want to rush into without understanding the best way to approach it for their sake. I'm not interested in speaking to anyone publicly about our situation. I'm really proud of people like Victoria Hill for going public, but that's not what's best for my family right now. Wow, just wow. 40 kids? Is that normal? I'm curious, chat. Holy a single sperm donation could potentially result in up to 25 children being conceived. I was thinking like 3 or 4, but 25? Like, dude probably just like donated twice. Was just getting a little extra shmoolah to pay his rent.